what is it that educators are looking for? What does staff look to their leaders to provide? My name is Patricia Chorney Rubin. I'm the director of the School of Early Childhood at George Brown College in Toronto. On a good day, we have 1,000 students in our post-secondary programs and 1,000 children in our lab schools. We employ about 130 educators in our lab schools. So we pay attention to the workforce, not only because we are educating the workforce. Post-secondary colleges in this province educate upwards of 90% of the workforce, and because we are also an employer of early child educators and educators in our lab schools. So we pay attention to what's the future of the workforce and what type of workplaces will our graduates be entering into. Our graduates and other graduates across the province are looking to enter places where they can establish their career, where they want to be seen as professionals, where they are recognized for their education and their skills and their talent. They indeed are looking for a workplace that will be financially well supported, to include all the key elements of what makes for a decent workplace, salary and benefits and a welcoming environment and so on and so forth. Like, what are the key elements of a solid working environment and the conditions for a workplace? But once that's achieved, and certainly in Ontario, we're not there yet, and there's lots of work environments where graduates will not find that type of employment. But one of the major issues that the workforce or the sector is facing is not only how to attract early child educators, but how to retain them. Why do people stay? Why do people stay? And when I think about our own work environments, I think about the work of Daniel Pink when he looks at what are the elements that really lead to a satisfied employee. Why do employees stay in their workplaces? And, he talks about 3 key elements, and I think that they really live in the early childhood sector. I think all of us are looking for work that is meaningful, that has a purpose, and that purpose is articulated on an ongoing basis, and that educators can see themselves in the vision of the center. Why are you in the room? Why are you at this center? What makes this early years center a high quality place for children and families? So really linking what educators do to the purpose of being in that work environment. Educators are looking for a place where they can gain mastery. How do they continue to grow and learn? This idea of continuous improvement, that this is not a stagnant environment, that it is a learning community and a community of learners. And well-operated environments really support their staff along those 2 lines. And then thirdly, it talks about this notion of autonomy. How is it that educators are respected for the skills and the talent that they bring? And even though our environments are highly supervised and highly regulated, how are educators able to take risks? How are they able to really contribute to the program and to the curriculum? How are they able to be their best selves in this very collaborative workforce? So I think those are 3 important elements that all of us that operate centers need to pay attention to when we think about retaining a well-qualified workforce. What do we as early childhood leaders in our settings need to think about? All staff and educators are looking for a leader that is trustworthy. I think integrity trumps it all, right? So how do you create an environment where educators feel that this is a trusting environment? They're looking for places where leaders lead with empathy and compassion. They're looking for stability, right? That the workforce is stable, not that their work is drudgery and automatic, but the actual work climate is stable. And that really leads to this notion of optimism, right? This looking forward to the future, that we're not always surrounding ourselves and worrying about whether or not we're financially stable or what's going to happen if this funding does or doesn't come through, that leaders create an environment where there's trust, where there's compassion, where there is stability, and where there is optimism. And I think those are the elements that the workforce is looking for, and that as early childhood leaders, we would want to pay attention to.